Welcome back to this another video of scheme coverage of government schemes, and today we are covering Ministry of Education and its various and different schemes. So let us begin. The first we have is PM-UWA. After PM-UWA, Study in India, PM Vidya Lakshmi Yojana, PM Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, Nishtha Stars Project, NIPUN Bharat, Samagra Shiksha Scheme, Young POSHAN Scheme, New India Literacy Program, National Means-cum-Merit Scholarship Program, PM-SHRI Schools. So these are the various topics that we are going to cover today, and let us begin. PM-UWA, Youth and Versatile Authors. Okay. Objective: to mentor young writers below 30 years of age and promote strong reading, writing, and work culture in India. It encourages youth to write on themes such as India's heritage, culture, democracy, and unsung heroes. Launch year is 2021. Implementing agency is National Book Trust. Okay. Key elements include mentorship and guidance. Each selected author is assigned an experienced mentor, an established writer, or an expert. The mentorship program spans 6 months, offering professional guidance to shape their drafts into complete books. Financial support. Authors receive a monthly scholarship of 50,000 rupees for 6 months. 50,000 rupees for 6 months, a total of 3 lakh rupees. They are entitled to a 10% royalty on the publication and sale of the books. Number of beneficiaries. Applicants were required to submit 5,000 words. 75 young authors were selected in the first edition. The central theme was India's national movement, with sub-themes like unsung heroes and lesser-known places in the freedom struggle. Okay. Then we move on to the next, that is promotion and cultural exchange. Books written under the scheme are translated into various Indian languages to promote cultural diversity. This aligns with Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat initiative. UWA 2.2. It was launched in 2022 to continue the momentum. Theme is democracy, institutions, events, people, and constitutional values. 75 authors were selected. The authors were required to submit a book proposals of 10,000 words. UWA 3.2. The edition of PM-UWA has been launched in 2025. The theme is contributions of Indian diaspora in nation building, Indian knowledge system, and makers of modern India. In third edition, 50 authors were selected. Authors were required to submit a total of 10,000 words. So let me just erase this. Main important is UWA 3.2. Study in India scheme. Objective: to position India as a global destination for higher education by inviting international students to study in India's premier academic institutions. 2018. Implementing agencies at SIL India Limited. Eligibility: all foreign students seeking undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral or short-term academic programs. Focus region: students from Africa, CIS, and Middle Eastern countries. Key elements: Study in India portal serves as one-stop solution for visa application process, registration of students, selecting desired courses and institutions, receiving offer letters. Scholarships awarded based on the Pragati exam. Pragati 1. It's a Pragati performance global aptitude test for Indian institutions. Tuition fee waiver distributed as 100% waiver for top 25 students, 50% students for the next 25, 25% waiver for 25%, remaining 25 pay full tuition fee. Okay. Participating institutions bear the cost of fee waivers. International collaboration. Eligible institutes must be accredited by NAC with a score of 3.0.1. ranked in the top 100 under NIRF, recognized as a institute of national importance, promoting cultural exchange. Supports Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat initiative. Books and courses are translated into multiple Indian languages. Aims to promote cultural integration and connect international students with India's heritage, culture, and traditions. Okay. Study in India. Pragati exam 100% waiver, 50% 25-25. Okay. PM Vidya Lakshmi Yojana. Objective to offer financial support to meritorious students so that financial constraints do not prevent anyone from pursuing higher education, higher studies. Launch year 2024. Students enrolled in quality higher education institutions that fall in the top 100 of NIRF rankings. Students from state university ranked between 100 to 200 in NIRF. Annual family income up to 8 lakhs to avail interest subvention benefits. No income cap for availing educational loans. The elements 3,600 crores for 25 to 31. Coverages. Initial coverage includes 860 high quality educations targeting 22 lakh students annually. Regular updates to the lists of eligible institutions based on annual NIRF rankings. Financial assistance, collateral free and guarantor free loans to cover full tuition fees and related expenses. For loan amount up to 7.5 lakh, the student will also be eligible for a credit guarantee of 75% of the outstanding default. 3% interest subvention for loan up to 10 lakh rupees. 7 lakh fresh students are expected to get benefits. This subvention will be provided to 1 lakh students annually. Unified portal. Students can apply for educational loans as well as interest subvention through PM Vidya Lakshmi portal. Payment of interest subvention will be made through e-voucher and central bank digital currency wallets. PM Vidya Lakshmi Yojana. 8 lakh rupees. 860 quality higher education institutions, collateral free loans, 3% interest subvention. Okay, then we move on to the next, that is PM Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, POSHAN, to improve the quality, equity and accessibility of higher education in India by supporting government and government aided institutions through funding and reforms aligned with NEP. Launch year. Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan was a centrally sponsored scheme launched in 2013. Its phase 2 began in 2018. In the light of NEP, Protsahan scheme has been reintroduced into Pradhan Mantri Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan in 2023. It will be implemented till 31st March 2026. Okay. Eligibility. Only state government and government aided institutions must be selected through challenge method involving clear criteria and performance indicators. Key elements. 12,900 crores. Focus area. Increase access for disadvantaged groups. Improve accreditation of institutions. Promote digital learning and skill-based education. Okay. Then strengthen industry academia linkages and improve employability. Then we move on to the grants. Multidisciplinary education and research universities, 100 crore per unit. Then grants for strengthening universities is 20 crore per university. Grants to strengthen colleges, 5 crore. New model degree college, 15 crore. Gender inclusivity and equity initiatives, 100 crore per district. Then we have NISHTA. NISHTA stands for National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement, to enhance learning outcomes by equipping teachers with modern teaching methods and promoting critical thinking among students. Launch year is 2019. First pilot project of NISHTA was launched in Andhra Pradesh. Beneficiaries: government school teachers, school heads, faculty of SCRT, DIETS, block resource coordinator, Anganwadi workers. Focus areas: training of all heads and teachers as the first level counselors. Focus on competency and higher order thinking, promoting experimental and joyous learnings. Integrated training of principals, heads. Additions of NISTA. NISTA 1.2 Elementary. It includes 18 courses covering important aspects for teachers and school heads. Courses include educational games, interactive and reflective activities and quizzes to promote joyful learning for educators. Launched in 2019. NISTA 2.0 was launched in 2021, upskilling teachers and administrators in 12 NEP aligned generic areas and 7 subject-specific pedagogies to improve secondary education. NISTA 3.0, launched in 2021, it provides online training for teachers on foundational literacy and numeracy using engaging methods. 12 online courses were developed by NCERT. 25 lakh teachers and school heads from pre-primary and primary were provided the training. NISTA 4.2, launched in 2022, early childhood care and education. It improves pre-primary school quality for a smooth foundation in learning. It equips teachers, Anganwadi workers with skills for stimulating classrooms through 6 courses delivered by master trainers. Courses were developed by NCERT. This component targets 25 lakh teachers and school heads. Okay. Mode of training. Initially launched in face-to-face model, expanded via DIKSHA portal for online training. STARS project. Okay. To enhance the overall quality of school education and governance in specific states by implemented targeted interventions. The emphasis is on ensuring equitable access to education and improving learning outcomes based on quality parameters. Launch year 2020, states covered. The scheme is being implemented in 6 states: Himachal, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Odisha. Funding. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. 5,000. World Bank is also contributing 500 million. Financial support focuses on building infrastructure, implementing reforms, and fostering vocational education. Focus areas: access and retention. Aims to increase school enrollment. Assessment system, including participation in PISA 2022 to measure student learning outcomes against global standards. Governance reforms, implements administrative improvements and aligns education with NEP 2020 teacher training. Okay. So World Bank is providing funding and implementing only 6 states as of now. Okay. Then we move on to the next, that is NIPUN Bharat. NIPUN stands for National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. Objective: to impart foundational literacy and numeracy to every child in the country by the end of grade 3 by 27, thereby ensuring that all children attain grade level competencies in reading, writing and numeracy. Launch year 2020. Wait a second. Children aged, target is children aged from 3 years to 9 years, covers preschool to grade 3 in all government aided and private schools. 5-tier implementation mechanism: national, state, district, block and school levels. Component: literacy skills, oral language development, decoding, reading fluency with comprehension, writing, numeracy skills, pre-number concepts, being able to count and understand the numerical systems, numbers and operations on numbers. basics of mathematics, shapes and spatial understanding, measurement, data handling. And then we move on to targets. Balavatika, literacy skills, numeracy skills. Balavatika, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Recognizes letters and corresponding sounds, read small sentences consisting of at least 4 to 5 simple words, read with meaning, read at least 60 words per minute. Okay. So it is just skill to ensure that we are imparting practical and basic numeracy and understanding skills in pre-primary school students. Okay. And then we have Samagra Shiksha Scheme 2.0. Objective is to make school education universally accessible by providing equal opportunities for quality education, for quality learning, enhancing student outcomes, and reducing regional and social inequalities in the educational system. Launch year. Samagra Shiksha scheme was initially launched in 2018 by integrating 3 schemes: Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, Teachers Education. Thereafter, Samagra Shiksha Scheme 2.0 was launched in 2021 till 31st March 2026. Beneficiaries: government and government-aided schools, including those catering to marginalized and disadvantaged groups. Students from pre-school to class 12 across all regions of India. Okay. Then we have key elements, that is DBT mode. All child-centric interventions will be provided directly to the students via DBT mode on IT-based platforms over a period of time. Master trainers will be provided for training of Anganwadi workers. Teaching learning materials. ₹500 per child per annum for teaching learning materials, indigenous toys and games, play-based activities for pre-primary sections. Support to NIPUN Bharat. Provisions of TLM, teaching learning materials, up to 500 per annum, ₹150 per teacher, per manual, per resource, 10 to 20 lakh rupees per district for assessment. Transport facility has been extended to secondary level, up to 6,000 rupees per annum. Out of the school children at 16 to 19 years of age, support will be provided to SC/ST disabled children up to 2,000 rupees per child per grade to complete their secondary or senior secondary levels through NIOS. Financial support for State Commission of Children for child rights at ₹50 per elementary school in the state. Sports grant up to 25,000 rupees to schools in case of at least 2 students of that school win a medal in Khelo India school games at national level. Provision made for all Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas to be upgraded to class 12. Enhanced financial support for existing standalone girls hostel. Training for 3 months for inculcating self-defense skills under Rani Lakshmi Bai. Atma Raksha Prashikshan, and the amount received from 3,000 to 5,000 rupees per month. Provisions of up to 3,500 per child with special needs. Separate provision of stipend for girls at 200 per month for 10 months, in addition to student component from pre-primary to senior secondary levels. Provision of annual identification camps for CWSM at block level, 10,000 rupees per camp, equipping block level resources centers for rehabilitation and special training of CWSM. Okay. Then we move on to the next, that is support for social audit covering 20% of the school. Residential schools hostels named Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Avasiya Vidyalayas in hilly terrain regions. It is such a big name and so many content and facts. Samagra Shiksha Scheme 2.0. They have integrated these many schemes and then they have made such a big and huge scheme. Okay, all right. Then we move on to the next, that is PM-POSHAN scheme, midday meal scheme. To support child nutrition and encourage school attendance by serving hot cooked meals. Launch year 1995. Children enrolled in government-aided schools and special training centers, including children staying in Balvatikas. Class 1st to 6, 7, 8, 8th class. Coverage 11.2 crore students. Outlay is 54,000 crores. Nutrition per child per day. For primary students, it is 450 calorie energy and 12 gram of protein. For upper, it is 700 calorie and 20 gram protein. Food norms per child. Food grain 100, pulses 20. Okay. Total class per student per day material cost. Balavatika 7 rupees, 710. 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 17 rupees. Tithi Bhojan concept, a concept-driven initiative where citizens voluntarily contribute special meals for children on festivals or important occasions. School nutrition garden promotes the cultivation of vegetables and fruits within the schools. DBT ensures timely and direct transfer of funds to cooks and helpers, minimizing leakages. Social audit, mandatory in all districts to strengthen monitoring, ensure accountability, and improve transparency in meal distribution. Okay. And then we move on to the next, that is New India Literacy Program to provide literacy and numeracy skills along with life skills, vocational training, and continuing education to all non-literate individuals aged 15 years and above. Okay. Launch year 2022, 1000 crores. Target number of beneficiaries 5 crore. Non-literate women, SC/ST minorities. Components: foundational literacy and numeracy, basic reading, writing, arithmetic skills, critical life skills, vocational skill development, training aligned with local employment opportunities, basic education, continuing education. Okay. Technology driven implementation hosted on DIKSHA platform made by NCERT, accessible mobile app, TV apps, Samajik Chetna Kendras. Registration of both beneficiaries and volunteers is done through mobile app. Monitoring and assessment, performance grading index used to monitor progress, real-time data collection managed through a class, online teaching, learning and assessment system. Foundation literacy and numeracy assessment test is conducted twice a year to evaluate literacy success. Learners receive e-certificate, jointly signed by NIOS and DOSCL. Okay, so let us move to the next, that is National Means-cum-Merit Scholarship Program to offer financial support to meritorious students from economically weaker sections, aiming to reduce dropouts after class 8. Launch year is 2008. Parental income not more than 3.5 lakh per annum. Minimum 55% marks in class 7th to appear for scholarship test. Relaxed by 5%. Students studying in government are not eligible. Kendriya Vidyalayas. Key elements: selection process. A scholarship test. Scholarship amount is 12,000 per annum. Number of scholarship each year 1 lakh fresh scholarships are awarded. Mode of disbursements: DBT or State Bank of India. Management of scheme is managed by National Scholarship Portal. Okay. Then we have PM-SHRI Schools. Objective: to upgrade and transform 14,500 existing schools into model institutions that exemplify implementation of NEP 27,000 crores, 60/40, modern and holistic, emphasize strength learning, solid communication, modern infrastructure, provisions of smart classrooms, digital libraries, okay, inclusive facilities to support children with special needs, solar panels with LED lighting installations, competency-based learning, equity and inclusion, technology integration through Bhaskaracharya National Institute of Space Application, Geoinformatics, use of ICT-based tools. This is just to transform existing schools into schools that are compatible for NEP. Okay, so that was it for this schemes video, and we have covered these many schemes for Ministry of Education. So in the next video, I think I would come up with a mind map in which we can revise all these schemes in efficient manner. Till then, stay tuned and thank you for watching.